Welcome to the Winding Road Podcast. Thoughts become things, ladies and gentlemen. If it's negative and it's in your head, you give it power by letting it come out into the world. Do not give it power. Even if you're thinking it, as we've talked about before in several of these, yes, it's about making it noise. It just becomes noise. And you replace the noise with the positive, and you just might start having a negative thought, but then you just boom, shut that negative thought down even before you get even before your ego gets halfway through thinking whatever it is that's either dwelling on the past or having anxiety about the future, all those type of things. Like, we got to take, we're all at different points in our journey of this realization. And so thoughts become things, especially if you let them out. Words become things. They don't always, but why give it that power, saying thoughts become things. It's important to realize that you're going to have bad thoughts, negative thoughts. Those things are going to come, but it is sometimes about blocking them, so that therefore the thoughts don't become things. But I think even more importantly is just saying them out loud, because then you're manifesting bad versus manifesting good. That's why I say things like, it's not I'm going to try to do this. It's back to the Yoda philosophy, do or do not. It's not that I'm going to try to do anything, try to do that. Yeah, of course, it's I'm trying, but we tell ourselves, no, I am doing. And then just doing it helps too, and not even dwelling on it, worrying about it, thinking about it. Just do it. And say, I don't know what exact minutes on it is, but maybe like 2 or if you can do something and it'll take less than 5 minutes, less than 10 minutes to do it. You have time to do it. You don't have to be somewhere at the specific moment, but it's that thought in your head of, well, okay, yeah, I need to do that. But then, man, what do we do immediately? We just start making excuses why not to do it. Our ego's like, yeah, it can wait. No, man, no. There's no guarantee that anything can wait. Seems like it. Odds are in the favor that it can wait. Or then it just gets pushed farther and farther back down the list, and the list grows longer and longer. You got to keep that list short, guys. And that's just by doing things. If it's going to take less than 5-10 minutes to do, just do it. For instance, moments ago, before I came on to do this podcast, somebody was talking about putting up Christmas decoration. And I asked them once. They said, no, don't worry about it. And I asked them again, because they were like looking at it or talking about it. I was like, dude, I will do this for you. Let me do it. And then I was like, how long is it going to take? I'm like, oh, it'll take just like few minutes. I'm like, well, let's just do it then. And don't make an excuse. Don't make excuses not to do things. Just do them. Keep that list short. Or then you feel better about it, because then you're getting things done. And then whenever you start getting things done, then you're no longer doing things. You just are being. And the doing comes from the being. And you get lost in just being and doing all different types of stuff that are positive, healthy, lead you to a better life, and they start to become more and more natural. We're always in the default mode of our network. The default mode network, I believe it's what it's called, it's like researched and I believe proven. I just got finished reading Michael Pollan, How to Change Your Mind. Talk about a lot about the ego and a lot about the default network that we have up there and yes, about psychedelics and or meditation or prayers or just trying to have a mindfulness to be more positive and yada yada, things of said nature. Whenever we do that, it's amazing how our default network mode kind of starts to get quiet. Our mode of, like I said, worrying about the past or thinking about the future. It's always, what are we going to do? What's next? What's next? What's next is now, guys. The eternal now of being totally encompassed in what we are doing and having reverence for it. By gaining that reverence through nature is how I was able to achieve it. And it really is just realizing, it's like an epiphany, man. Like me saying it, like you may be able to feel it and get what I'm saying and have like, holy crap. And you may have a light bulb moment too, but it's kind of one of those things where you just got to figure out ways to bring it upon yourself to have that greater realization. It's like stating the obvious a lot of the times. But why do we state the obvious? To affirm the obvious, to make that obvious a mental pathway so that we can try to have some neuroplasticity to put these new things in our mind that rut out the old crap. It's like if we're going, it's getting wintertime here on the winding road as of this recording. So we'll use a wintertime analogy. It's like sledding. We take a sled and we go down the hill, and we're always in that same spot, man. Because that's what we chose to go down, was that specific spot. It's like, all right, we're in the snow, we're going down the hill. Okay, we're going back up the hill to go down the hill again. Well, it makes sense to go right back into that same spot. And we start to go down and down. That spot gets more grooved out. And these are grooves in our minds, guys. And we just dig in, positive or negative, however it happens, we just dig in with all these thoughts. And they become ingrained in us. They become habitual to us. But what happens if we put some of the things in that I've been talking about? It's like, okay, we get a fresh coat of snow, man. It starts snowing again. And we look up and see and realize the beauty of it. Like people just, man, shifting gears a little bit here, but it's like a lot of people, man, just take that stuff for granted, or just don't, they just don't see the deeper meaning in everything because they just don't realize that they are a part of that, Like, sounds stupid to say, but I'm that snowflake. I look at a leaf falling right in front of my car right now. I am that leaf because same things, same elements, some of the same elements, every different things, carbon, whatever is in anything that is living, some of that same stuff is in us. It makes up us. It is us. So if we take the approach of looking at it as I am that tree, might seem silly, but that's why, go hug a tree. Hug a tree and say, I love you, tree. Take your shoes off. Walk in the grass, say, man, this grass feels amazing. Yeah, you might get bit by some bugs. Yeah, you might get a little dirt on your feet, but you're going to get that deeper appreciation for it. And sometimes that's what it takes. And some of these different things, yeah, it's going to seem a little bit scary because it's different, because it's new. But if we do those new and scary things over and over again, we break through that wall of the fear. And those new things we put in become our new reality. And we get that fresh coat of snow down there. And then it's like, oh, I got a fresh coat of snow. Well, then it's like, okay. But because I've been doing all this different stuff, now I got 10 different sleds. And now I see that I can go up and I can go down so many different ways. And it may take a little bit of time to build those new neural pathways to make that rut in the snow so you go down easier. But at the bottom of it is not a cliff you're going to go off of. You're going to slide smoothly, maybe be a little bit rough and bumpy at times. Life's all one big wave. But when you get to the bottom, and you're going to be like, oh, that was amazing. And then you're going to be like, oh man, but what if I go down this other side of this hill? Oh, that's going to be cool too. Oh, it's got a couple different humps over there. Let me try that side. Let's go down there. You go down there 5 or 6 times. Dig in that path. And you just start to notice that when we do that, we kind of scramble our default mode a little bit. Yeah, you can send it into chaos at times, like I've been mentioning. But whenever we do that, man, it opens our minds. Definitely believe in the neuroplasticity of it, of opening up these new neural pathways that lead us to greatness, that lead us to the life that we want to have, to achieve our dreams and goals and aspirations. And like I've said many times, it's all done in the tasks that we do, and getting lost in the tasks that we do, and just putting in those healthy things, man, that lead to that better life. It's extremely important to me. That's how I try to live every single day. That's why I'm no longer afraid to get on here and be me. The rest of it's just noise, man. Anything but love is just noise. I know it takes the hate, the bad, maybe, possibly, all that other stuff for us to realize the love. But whenever you have experiences with different things and different ways to live, and using the earth to, the things of the earth that are natural, that are good, that are beneficial to us, like tapping into that is extremely, extremely important. That's why, I'm a huge believer in like the holistic stuff, and because I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, try to assume the best and not the worst. But man, like the health system and stuff, I just recently figured out, I think I'm like gluten intolerant, so cut gluten out of my diet. I put a little back in. I was like, oh boy, it went bad for a few hours putting that back in. But realized man, it was like an epiphany after having some of the issues that I had, and knock on wood, I really hope that's it. I've been feeling a lot better. But regardless of feeling bad, good, indifferent, man, every day is truly a blessing if we dig deeper into the meaning of the small things and the big things, man. There's really nothing that's small, that that is natural, that is just maybe mundane within our default mode network, like just driving and looking at the trees and stuff, and just looking up at the moon, the stars, the skies, and realizing that is you. Like truly, that's you. Like there's just this disconnectedness that we have as humans that really is only that way, I feel like, based on the research that I've done and based on just thinking about it. It's really only that way because of the ego, and because I kind of are trapped, so to speak, in our bodies. Like we're trapped. And there's this more to it than this little shell. This shell that we're in, man, it's just a shell for something so greater now, like tapping into like psychedelics or anything like that, or meditation, as I mentioned, in any of these things that I believe that help us, like tapping into that, like it taps us into our inner space. So we look up to the sky, to the stars, into outer space to dig deeper into our inner space. I hope that makes sense to somebody. It makes sense to me, and I'm me, and you're you, and we are each other, though. We are each other. We truly are. That's why I can't try my best to just get the ego out of the way and just love everybody, man. No matter what. Just love everybody. And I'll try so hard every single day. that I'm here. Through the ups, through the downs, through the turns, through the bends, through the curves. I already said it. I'm me, you're you. We are each other. Love, inspire, unite. God bless.